Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Tuesday night, December the 1st. If you're new, no, it's December the 2nd. I have a wrong date on my, doesn't matter. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Thanks everyone for being here. I see there's some good, lively discussion in the chat. My son, Sean, is actually sitting in the room next to me. He asked me if I wanted to come on the stream today and join me. I said, sure. But then he said he didn't want to get me in trouble. So I don't know what that means. I think he's a little bit frustrated with the team right now. I think many people are frustrated with the team right now, but you are welcome. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome. You are welcome to be frustrated. You are welcome to be optimistic. You are welcome to be pessimistic, because we don't judge here. We don't gatekeep. We just create a community where people can express their fandom and express how they're feeling about this team. And that's what I want you to do, without fear of people judging, without people fear of thinking that they know better than you just because they're a season ticket holder, or just because they're older than you, or just because they work for the team, or just because they're a content creator, or just because. There's none of that just because. I want you guys to feel the freedom to express yourself here, and then we go from there. Swervin says, okay, Sean in the next room, they're saying, let him talk, says Taylor. Swervin, Clay, go off camera and let Sean vent. You know, I could not publicize this stream, but someone might do something like record him or take screenshots or something. Wouldn't that be crazy? No, we wouldn't want to do that to anyone. So let's get going. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, know how much I never, ever take you for granted. So this... And thank you. Thank you for making me your late night stop for Vancouver Canucks talk. That's how you get involved tonight. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support. No, I think I did this already, right? No, let's see, I'm getting distracted. What I want to say to you right now is this is how you get involved today. You can subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat session, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that we have a safe spot to talk about the Canucks. Like the fact that Linus Karlsson scored a nice goal tonight. Like the fact that Lankinen was good, but like the fact that we are continuing to build a strong community here on YouTube. What else can you do? You can leave a donation like Swervin Yrvin just did. We'll get to that. You can gift a membership like Russell just did. We will get to that. You can buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So as we get going, I want to recognize some of the generosity already. We start off with Swervin Yrvin, legendary Swervin Yrvin, with the $3 donation. So Swervin Yrvin says, let him spit some bars. Sean is very smart. He's very good on camera. You guys have seen him on my live streams. And he's not even shy, but I think even he knows that he has to exercise some self-restraint tonight, because I think he's kind of frustrated tonight, to be honest with you. But yes, thank you, Yrvin, for the $3 donation. Let's give Yrvin some love in the chat. Then we ain't done, because Russell, nothing is perfect. Russell, how was the mood in your stream tonight? Let me know. Were fans frustrated? Were they okay because they lost to the best team in the league? Let me know. Meanwhile, I will put this dono drop for you, because, yeah. So Russell gifts a membership. Let's give some love to Russell for that $5 donation, and appropriately it goes to Calvin Charlie, who I believe is a regular on Russell's stream, if I'm not mistaken. So welcome to franchise membership, Calvin Charlie, and thank you, Russell, for your generosity as always. I appreciate you. I love it when content creators look out for each other in more ways than one. And Russell, yeah, let me know what the mood was like in your stream tonight. Okay. Before we talk about the Canucks, I want to talk about my bowling because, as you know, it's bowling playoffs. So we played all week. All season for these next 2 weeks, tonight and next week. And there's 20 teams, and 10 are on the A side, which we are on. 10 are on the B side. So me and Jacob, our teams are on the A side. Sean's team is on the B side. And basically, instead of me playing against one person, I'm playing against the 9 other bowlers at my level. So all the first position bowlers, playing against all 9 of them. Then our middle girl, Annabelle, she's playing against all 9 middle bowlers. And then our anchor, Chris, he's playing against all 9 anchors. And basically, if you're the highest points of your group of 10, you get 18, then 16, then 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. And then for total points, like all 3 of your players, you go against the 9 other teams on your side, A side or B side. And if you have the most points, like 600 points between the 3 of you, 600 pins, you get 36, and it goes 36, and it goes down by 2, so it's double. So 36, 32, 28, 24, blah, blah, blah. So today, individually, I bowled very well. Actually, I had a 162 average, so I bowled 130. That game sucked, but then I did 168, 181, 168. So pretty good. And then what that meant was for our team, actually, I ended up getting, this is kind of funny, and don't worry, it'll make sense as I talk. I only spent a couple minutes on this, but it's kind of funny how I did, because the first game I bowled a 130, I came in 9th out of 10. So I was the second to worst person on the A side. And then in the game 2, when I bowled a 168, I came in 3rd. So I got 14 points, right? 18, 16, 14. Game number 3, when I bowled a 181, I came in 2nd. And then game 4, I bowled a 168. I came in 2nd again. So I actually racked up 48 points for our team, which is pretty good. 2, 14, 16, 18. That means I came in 2nd, 3rd, and 9th. Our middle got 33 points. She was okay today. And then our anchor struggled, and he had only 23 points. Then as a team, we got 16, 28, 16, and then I think 0 for the last game. So add it all up, and I was happy with my performance. Our team did well until the last game. Our team points were 40, 60, 47, and then 17. So we're in 7th place. We're 7th place in the A side. Jacob's team is in 9th place. So I'm 7th, Jacob's 9th. And then on the B side, Sean's team is in 6th. If that made any sense to you, great. If you don't care, great. But I just want to share with you, I'm in a good mood today, despite the Canucks loss, because I bowled well, our team bowled well, and we're looking forward to next Tuesday, where we wrap up this year's bowling season. Now, we had the game on, so this does relate to the Canucks. We had the game on with no sound, but I was watching the game, so I can talk to you about it and do my usual shtick. So let's start with the Clay Edge Goal Visualizer commentary. And yeah, only 4 goals to recap. And some of them were quite nice, actually. And when I say some of them, the Canucks only had 1. So that means I'm obviously talking about at least one of the Avalanche goals as well. But the Canucks start us off, and this is a really nice goal. And it starts off with a Ratu win back to Hughes. And then watch Ratu just shoot up the middle. It's probably a design play. Or Ratu just knew that he was going to go because he knew that someone would have to man Hughes. So Ratu falls, but in doing so is able to get the puck to Baines. And Baines coming in with speed. Carlson's coming in with speed. And it's a 2-on-1 because Carlson is able to outskate this guy. And Baines makes a really nice pass. And instead of Carlson trying to put it on his forehand, he sweeps across and goes across Wedgwood's body and then puts it in on the backhand. Beautiful, beautiful goal. Let's watch it one more time. So Hughes is actually not getting an assist despite this beautiful pass to set up the play, because it goes Ratu, to Baines, to Karlsson to the net. And Karlsson is so good going to the net. You know, Kyle, I'm gonna reference this in a little bit because that's kind of what Sean and I were talking about just before I went live here. And who knows, maybe Sean ends up in the stream afterwards. So then the Canucks are up 1-0, just 3 minutes in. But then, man, the killer. The Avalanche scored in the final minute of both the first and second periods. So the first one, this is a nice goal. Actually, well, no, it's nice enough. So we got back to the point. Malinsky tipped by Taves on the way to the net. Lankinen makes a great pad save, but it goes right to McKinnon. And McKinnon is not going to miss that. He's a righty, so it's on a strong side. So once again, goes back to Malinsky, who shoots it off of Taves, off of Lankinen. Do you want Joseph to do a better job tying up McKinnon's stick? Maybe, but it happened so fast, right? Bam, bam, boom. Bing, bang, boom. And then it's 1-1. Again, McKinnon scoring in the final minute of the period. Then, second period, Brock Nelson scores this goal. It's a nice goal by Colorado, not a nice goal by us. Hronek pinches, but then you have Sasson and DeBrusk in a little bit. And then, so technically, I guess Sasson's the F3 here. So he's got to boot it. And right here, it looks like a 2-on-1, but remember how fast Sasson is. So all Sasson had to do was keep skating. But for whatever reason, he stopped skating. I think Hughes wants him to keep skating, obviously, because Hughes is going to decide to make a play on Landeskog right there. But Sasson has already stopped skating, and now he's behind Nelson. And then Nelson snaps it past Lankinen. So I think in a perfect world, of course, in hindsight, we can say a lot of things. But in a perfect world, Sasson is... See, right there, even, I think Hronek's got to... I know it happens fast, but Hronek's got to recognize that two of his forwards, F1 and F2, are deep. And then F3 is deep as well. So I don't know if you can make that play. And if you do make that play, then you have to... B.O. Joseph, very good. You have to keep going, and you have to help Hughes out. And Sasson just never catches up. 2-1. That ends up being the game winner. Then this goes relatively nice. Little scrambly, though, for the Canucks. So the Avalanche gain the zone. And then right there, let's back it up a bit. I want to see how they get outnumbered so quickly. So Besser's F1. Oh, okay. That's a little bit of a weak play by Kemp. And now it's a 4-on-3, right? It's a 4-on-3. And then Myers, you got to be inside of your guy. But Myers on the outside. And then Pettersson has to help out, but then he actually trips. And instead of Landeskog shooting there, Pettersson's now flailing. He goes back to McKinnon because this is a comedy of errors because Myers has to worry about this guy. So I don't know why Sherwood's down here. Maybe because Pettersson, but Sherwood's down here. Besser's too slow. Technically, Kemp should worry about this guy. So no one checks McKinnon. And McKinnon has a beeline, a straight view, straight shot to the net. And that is the final goal of the game. Granted, it comes at the end of the second period, so there's no scoring in the third period. Let's look at the box score now. So those are the goals, just 4 to recap. Look at the box score, and we look at the Canucks. What do we got? In terms of forwards, only an assist by Baines, an assist by Ratu, and a goal by Karlsson. So Karlsson is +1, Ratu's +1, and Baines +1. Everyone else is either even or -2. You look at the ice time. Last game of a road trip, almost everyone got over 10. The only person who didn't get 10 minutes was Ratu. PD plays 22, Besser plays 21, and Kane. Well, Kane, we're used to seeing him get a lot of ice time. He only got 13 minutes tonight. Interesting. Shots, Sherwood at 6. And then had 4 hits, so another complete game for Sherwood, even though I think he was relegated demoted to the 4th line for the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Baines had a block and 2 hits. What else we got? Pettersson had 2 hits. Ratu had 2 hits. Looking at shots, 6 was the most. And then blocks, no one with more than 1. Then on D, no defensemen had points. 4 of them were -1. Only Hughes and Verlander weren't. Hughes plays 29 minutes in high elevation at the end of a road trip. That's a lot. P.O. Joseph, or as Yrvin said, B.O. Joseph, 11 minutes. Yeah, so whether it's P.O. Joseph or DPD, whoever is that third left shot guy is only getting 11 minutes a game. Verlander's getting his usual 14, and we go from there. Shots, Hughes did have 3. Blocks, 2 each for Verlander, Hronek. Hits, 2 for Hronek. So Hronek always plays complete games, as we see. Lankinen, 28 saves, 31 shots. Can't blame him on any of the 3 goals. And he made some outstanding saves as well. And you hate saying this. Like, it's good for Lankinen, but you hate saying it could have been a lot worse if it wasn't for Lankinen, because that doesn't say much about the Canucks' overall play. Look at the scores from throughout the league. We got Ottawa beating Montreal. We got the Red Wings beating Boston 5-4. We had Tampa losing to the Islanders. The Rangers starting to win at home a little bit. The Leafs beat the Panthers. That's a good game. That'd be fun, even though they're both at the bottom of the division. Predators beat the Flames. We lose. Oilers lose 1-0. Golden Knights win. Kings lose. So in the Pacific Division, winners were only Vegas, and that's it. Vegas is the only Pacific team to win tonight, but there are a lot of losers. Calgary, Vancouver, Edmonton, and the Kings. Man, imagine the Canucks won tonight. They would have moved up a little bit. So you look at the division, and then there we go. Anaheim. So if the Canucks had won, they would move a tiny bit closer, but yeah, they fall to 4 games under 500 now. 4 games under 500. Remember, they got to get to about 15 games over 500. So that means they got to go 19 games over 500 in their final 55 games. You can say, well, the season now is truly a third over, 27 out of 82. But look how far the Canucks have to go. So my question to you tonight is, I know we just did a vibe check on Sunday night. Then we had open house Monday night. Or no, I messed it up. I call it open mic now with that amazing thumbnail that I had. And then, so whether it was open vibe check on Sunday, open mic yesterday, I know a lot of people are feeling frustrated. They're feeling mad. Do you take any consolation that this was the best team in the league and we played them pretty good? You know, we certainly didn't dominate them or anything, but we played them pretty good. Oh, I forgot to show the shots on goal and stuff. They outshot us 31-21. Face-offs 53-40. Power play, like there are no penalties in the game. There's just 2, 1 for each team. So each team went 0 for 1 on the power play. So I would love to know your thoughts, just how you're feeling about this team, how you're feeling about this game in particular. Now the Canucks come home, and interesting part of the schedule because they have another 3-day break, 2 days between games, because they don't play again until Friday. Friday night, they host the Utah Mammoths, and a fun team. They dropped a little bit in the standings, but they host the Utah Mammoth. It's Filipino Heritage Night, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I know a couple of the performers. I actually helped get a couple of the performers onto the billing for the weekend, which is great. So yeah, I'll be there with Gail. I am not Filipino, but a lot of my friends growing up were Filipino. Gail was born and raised in the Philippines. She's Chinese blood, but born and raised in the Philippines. So definitely a lot of ties to Filipino culture, heritage, tradition, food, language, everything. So I think Gail Amelia will appreciate it a little bit more than I will, but I can't wait. So that is Friday night. Gail and I are at the game. Saturday night, not at the game because I'm going to Hidden Wonders, that wonderful magic show that I'm seeing for the second time. And then I am at the game on Monday for Detroit. And then I am at the game on Thursday against Buffalo. So I'm going to do 3 of the next 4, but a pretty light schedule. Aside from the back-to-back, Friday, Saturday, then they go Monday, and then 2-day break to Buffalo, and then 2-day break, and then they're on the road. So if you count tomorrow, they have 4 games in 11 days. So it's a little bit more manageable as opposed to 3 and 4, 4 and 6, or 7 in 11. So if you're at the Utah game, let's make... Oh, no, wait. I have to decide what I'm going to do for a meetup because I don't want to miss any of my friends performing. So I will let you guys know if it's going to be the first intermission or the second intermission. And yes, it's great that I know Winnipeg Jets have done it for a few years already to do this Filipino Heritage Night. So just get ready. Like with any night, you're going to have naysayers. Oh, why don't we have this country now or this tradition or this language or this whatever. So I expect to see a bit of that, but I think it's great that the Canucks are honoring a very strong part of the Lower Mainland. And, not to tie this into Lapu-Lapu specifically, but we know just how strong, how resilient, how community-focused the Filipino community is. And I think it's great. I think it's great that the Canucks are indeed honoring them. Okay. That's all I got to say. I want to get to your comments. So let's do my mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll turn it over to all of you. So I always start off by thanking my primary sponsor, and that, of course, is Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsors. The first one is Gassy Jack Art, maker of the wonderful artwork you see behind me, around me. So please support him at GassyJackArt.com. We got Mulligan Golf Company, MLGNGolf.com, maker of wonderful golfing accessories and apparel. Check them out as well. And thanks to my supporting sponsor, Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks on your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. I appreciate you. Ways that you can get involved tonight: subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a donation like Yrvin did. You can gift a membership like Russell did. Buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And finally, a reminder of my shows or no shows, not no shows like I guess they are no shows technically. Tomorrow morning, I am not doing a Clay and Canucks commentary because I have to be on the road by 6:45 tomorrow as I make my way out to a little town called Desroches, which is half an hour east of Mission. Yes, going there for a retreat, helping to run this retreat. So I will not be doing a show tomorrow morning. And because that retreat is an overnight retreat, I will not be doing a show tomorrow night either. So you are free from Clay. It's a Clay-free day for all you guys tomorrow. Thursday, I will preview the Canucks-Utah game, and I will be live Thursday night at 11 p.m. And then I'll be on Saturday morning to recap the Friday night's Utah game. I'll be on Sunday morning to recap Saturday night's Minnesota game. And those will be 9 a.m. starts as opposed to 7:30. Yes, a Clay-free day. Make sure that you enjoy it and don't waste it. Don't waste the opportunity to be free of me. Hey, that rhymed. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Oh, that rhymed too. I'm so good. All right, let's go. I want to hear from you guys. How are you feeling right now after this loss? After a road trip where they went 1-2-1. Let me have it. Let me hear it. Let's go. The power play tonight wasn't great in my opinion. The one we did have little to no shots on net. Yes, you're not going to score if you don't shoot. Yeah, I wish they would draw more penalties. It's hard to judge the power play on just one attempt, but yeah, they didn't score, so that's fair. Matt Dumba is Filipino heritage as well, indeed. Been so long since I saw you see edits. Love your takes last night on the live stream when I rewatched it. She was good. She was very good. What's your opinion for the game on Friday? I will save that to Thursday, but I hope we win. I always say that and hope that we win, but I think we got to win Friday because I think Saturday is going to be very, very tough. I am so upset with Vancouver Canucks. Lost so much games. Yes, they are not doing well. That is for sure, Bobby Ray. That is for sure. Rosie, will you be at the season ticket holder event next week? Yes, I will be there on Tuesday. Go and then leave just before 6 so I can get to the bowling alley and continue my absolute dominance of the bowling playoffs. I wasn't dominant. Are you of the belief that if they sell players, it will be for futures or roster players? My guess is that Rutherford and Alvin's preference is to get that young 22, 23-year-old player. The risk of that is if someone's giving up on a 22, 23-year-old player, even if it's part of a big Quinn Hughes trade, for instance, then they're not damaged goods, but maybe there's a reason why that team is getting rid of them. Whereas if you have draft picks, as we've talked about, it is they're like lottery picks. So the more you have, the better chance you have of hitting, but there's no guarantee. So I guess there's always some uncertainty. That's my point. What do I want the Canucks to do? A combination of both. If they can find a good young roster player, great, but I don't want them to give up. I don't mind them getting draft picks as well, because whether you use them for your own draft picks or you package them up, they're assets no matter what. I'm not going to say this out loud, but I see what you're getting at, Grinder. Hughes is certainly part of the problem. He didn't set up Lecker-Mackey or Pettersson tonight on the power play. Yeah, I didn't see the power play, so I don't know how good or not good it was, Russell. Have fun at your retreat, Clay. What age group are you working with? Thank you, Fangirl. Actually, I'm not the one talking. I'm not presenting. It's a retreat given for us. So we have 18 staff members, our department. So a lot of, including 3 or 4 people that I supervise. So that's what we're doing. It's a retreat given to us. Now we're still handling the meals, the social time, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to the actual retreat, yeah, it's going to be nice. We don't have to do much aside from listen and participate. But thank you for asking. Admittedly, did not pay much attention to the game after the first period. Was at Selena's early birthday celebration. Nice. I actually talked to Selena today, Ciatis. I'm not sure if she told you. I knew it would be a scheduled loss. They have TVs there, though, but hey. Canucks should win enough to keep fans involved, but also lose enough to get a shot at the number 1 draft. That's a tricky balance. Although I've been lucky, aside from 1 pair of tickets to Detroit, I've sold all my tickets through Christmas, which I'm very lucky that I've done. Irfan, honestly, Clay. Oh, you know it's going to be bad when it starts with honestly, Clay. Honestly, Clay, I know Quinn is the captain and an elite player, but at times I think he just does way too much and doesn't pass to anyone. He just does his spinning move. Yep, he sets up this guy, he spins, and then instead of looking at either of his 2 wings, he'll try and get a puck to the net. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. The only positive is how well EP40 is doing on faceoffs, but Canucks are clearly going to be sellers. Yeah, what was his faceoff percentage tonight? I actually didn't look it up. Well, here it is. PD in the faceoff dot tonight was... He was 45%. He was 45%. Rutherford claims Canucks have to get younger, yet Canucks are the 6th youngest team in the league. I've heard that stat. Yep. Is it time to change the core? Well, they kind of have already, right? It used to be the big 4 of Hughes, Horvat, Miller, and Petey. Or maybe you could say Besser before Miller. Sorry, it's Hughes, Horvat, Besser, Petey. So there's still 3 of the 4 there. Then I've said that you could add Miller and Demko to that core. Miller's gone. Yeah. Do you guys think that the core is not good enough? Or do you think the core is fine? It's the supporting cast that's not good enough. Dovetail. Nice. I feel that Sherwood goes for a second out of prospect. Yeah, Edmund, maybe. I know there's hope that you get a first out of it. Definitely win enough to keep things more positive. We are definitely not in the playoffs this year, sadly. Injuries damaged us. Yeah, injuries, bad performances. It's so obvious that Quinn is holding back. He doesn't want to get injured again and miss the Olympics. He was gutted when he missed the 4 Nations. That's a good point. He does want to play. David Peñata really believes Kiefer is first round plus. Wow, that's a lot. Kampf and Reichel have played a combined 20 and 27 games. Our black hole in the middle of the ice has existed for a while and has not been addressed. Yes, not offensive contributors, are they? Clay, will the Canucks get a problem with the fans due to the high ticket prices? You know, Byrne, what's really interesting is Vancouver's pretty big, and their attendance has been 98 to 99% capacity, at least tickets sold. Maybe not everyone's showing up, but we have seen a lot of student rush offers. We have seen the Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer. So, I don't think it's going to get like really bad, but it's so tough to say because in my circles, the demand for tickets is still there. But that's because that's probably my circles. In the bigger general population, maybe there is apathy sitting in for sure. Hey, Cindy, nice to see you. Yeah, traded a message with you earlier. Glad that you're working it. Is Foot a problem? Well, he hasn't been great. You have to you need to lose a lot to get the number one pick. Yes, and not lose the draft lottery if you're the worst team. Oh, that's nice that Selena mentioned it. What do you? Yes, I heard this on the radio today. Potentially Rutherford retiring, Dale Talon taking over. I think you got to go younger. You got to move in a different direction. Not someone who's in the team right now. I've not eaten a dovetail before. I don't think the elevation in Denver doesn't help any visiting teams. Well, of course, but that's why they call it home ice or home court advantage. The Filipino Heritage Night jersey logo and colors remind me of the Sunripe apple juice box. So, Filmer, that's good. Many of the Catholics that I've been hanging around with, we say it looks like the monstrance, right? The apparatus that holds Jesus in the Eucharist. So that's kind of funny too. Today I learned that even though we think Aquilini is rich, Stan Kroenke, who owns is 10 times as wealthy. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. For claims that Aquilini gets involved, I've got to be careful what I say here. We've heard both Benning and Rutherford say that he doesn't get involved. He doesn't stand in the way. He gives them carte blanche when it comes to money, or at least he tells them that he's willing to spend the money. But there are some who think that he's involved in a lot of the trades or the trades that don't happen. I made Selena the super cool birthday card with photos of us and photos of the CCC featuring. Oh, neat. Very cool. Did she like it though? In your opinion, who do you think Vancouver's going to trade? Same guys we've been talking about, Simon. The UFAs: Sherwood, Bluger, Forbert, Kane. I also learned that these teams all won championships: 2021, 22, and 2023. What was your point against Swervin? Oh, Rams, Avalanche, and Canucks. Gotcha. Hey, Sam from X. Supporting cast is definitely not good enough. Did I watch the post game yet? If you mean the interviews, yes. Janice, are you noticing EP40 looks like he's stuck in the mud? I'm not even trying to be funny, but I was watching the BWC Bantam AAA team last, and I saw guys with better acceleration. His speed bursts have been actually better this year than last season. Will the Canucks trade Hughes at trade deadline or earlier if he's not willing to resign with the team? John, only if they have an inkling. But he's within his right not to say anything until July 1st. But I've talked many times on this channel how the trade deadline gets you the most bang for your buck because the team trading for him will have him for 2 playoff runs. Why trade Sherwood? He's been good for us, one of the bright spots. Tyler, you trade Sherwood because if you don't think that you can or want to sign him for what he wants at the end of the season, for instance, let's say he wants 4 years at $5 million a piece. If you don't want to commit to 4 years, if you don't want to commit to $5 million a year, you don't risk losing him on July 1st for nothing. So you trade him and you try and recoup some assets for him. 100% the supporting cast. With Sherwood, you can't, With Sherwood of you can't get a first and teams offer a second round and a prospect, you make that trade. Or if Sherwood, if you can't get a first and teams offer you a second prospect, you make that trade. Yeah, it's 2 assets. Quinn Hughes is playing like the kid on the team who has his dad as the coach. You mean getting to do everything? Remember 2023, we had the chance to get Bedard, but too ambitious. Let's not repeat that mistake. Imagine if we got Bedard. Yeah. Foot's basically like a dad to Quinn. I doubt the elevation hurts any visiting teams. Doesn't matter if it's NFL. No, I think you're saying you don't doubt that the elevation hurts teams, or you doubt that the elevation helps teams. I think you're making the point that it affects them, right? Does the fact that the game we all love become such a business and the tickets and food and parking and jerseys costing so much, does it make you kind of annoyed and take away the great game of hockey? That's a fair point. The price of tickets and food is going up faster than our salary increases, generally across. I always say that I spend a lot of time, energy, and money on this team. I choose to do so. No one is forcing me to do so. But I think for the average fan, and I don't mean average income, or average income too, maybe, it is getting harder to go to games for sure. And then it takes away your enjoyment because the fans that are really into it are usually the kids or the casual fans, but they might not be able to afford to go to a lot of games. A lot of people think the team is in the failure, but do you think the management maybe failed us and the team this season by not getting second line center? Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest downfall of this team this season. No, I didn't talk about Evander Kane being injured. I did hear that he had a skate that almost got his wrist, just nicked him though, thank goodness, as opposed to cut him badly. So yeah, maybe that's why he only had 14 minutes. I didn't even know because I didn't watch the game, I didn't notice when he was playing and when he wasn't. So no, didn't talk about his injuries. Just talk about it right now. Kampf and Reichel have a combined 1 point in 21 games, and that 1 point is a secondary assist. Great, thank you, Steven. If we hire Talon, I might be out. My friend and his wife and 2 kids went to a game recently, ended up being 1,000 altogether with everybody included. Is that even worth it for a couple hours of entertainment? I can't answer that for you, but I think you're answering your own question. That's a lot of money. Anybody not on the team tank is part of the problem and deserves the mushy middle forever. How do you watch celebrating Will Smith and Bedard not want to see the Canucks tank? You know what's interesting? There are people that Thomas Drance said that the Canucks aren't even in the mushy middle. They're like the proof is in the pudding. They're a bad team. They're bottom 3 in the league. Yes, Kane said Foot said he's okay. That's good. I am converting. Okay, cool. I'd love to hear more about that one day. Drew O'Connor is also on the block. Interesting. Aquilini pretends he owns a playoff-bound team. People need to realize that our draft lottery luck sucks since day one. We were never going to get Bedard, and sad to say, no McKenna. Probably no McKenna. Yep, you never know. Hey, Nick, nice to see you. He was willing to buy out OEL, but if you were Aquilini, would that make you more willing or less willing to spend more money afterwards? Yeah, I guess every little bit, even if you guys are rich, every little bit counts, right? He wants 5 times 6. Wow, I don't do that. Shout out to Rain. I feel like they have the best takes on this channel. Unfiltered and not afraid to rock the boat. Yep, Rain's good. Rain's good. Not afraid to share. And I've been talking to Rain about having Rain on for an extended segment for sure. Rain is very good. Did you see Quinn look upset about the game tonight? And we should trade Quinn for Sidney Crosby from the Penguins. Not sure if Crosby's coming here. Not sure if Crosby's coming here. In your opinion, what do you think Vancouver should do with the trade list? Mentioned that already, Simon. UFAs. Best thing Aquaman did was step in the PD trade to keep him in Vancouver. Oh, from going to Carolina? When value is high, you sell high. Sherwood's value will never be higher. Excellent, excellent, excellent point. Find the next Sherwood. Don't pay 30-year-old Sherwood 5+. Exactly. Our core was better than the Leafs core, and they even lost Marner. Yep. 18 to 23-year-old players is what we want. Stop with the older guys. Well, 18. They're not drafted yet, right? What do you think about this management in your opinion? You know, Thomas Trance did a really good article on all of Rutherford's moves in the 4 years he's been here. There's actually been a lot of good moves. And people forget that when Rutherford came here, this team was a mess. Salary cap, bloated contracts, not talented enough. So I do like what he did in the 2 years leading up to our playoff run in 2023. It's been a little bit trickier since. I will go to the Tampa and Florida game in Tampa during my Florida leg of the trip. Nice, but deciding which Ducks game to go to. They play the Stars, Blue Jackets, and Krakens. The Stars. I would go with Stars for sure. Of those 3, Ducks versus Stars, Ducks versus Blue Jackets, Ducks versus Kraken. I'd go in that order. Stars, Blue Jackets, and then Kraken. There we go. Stars-Ducks game. Elevation does have an effect. You're in lighter air in Denver as you're a mile high above sea level. It takes time to develop your lungs to abate to this elevation. I agree with this. You guys know that I got, some of you guys know that I got my master in pastoral theology from the Augustine Institute. They've now moved to St. Louis, but speaking of Nick, they've moved to St. Louis, but they used to be in Denver, their headquarters. And I remember the day after I got there, I was simply walking to the car and I felt it. I felt it in my lungs. It can affect you for sure. Cheapest ticket for Lower Bowl for Utah game Friday is north of 200. Yeah, definitely Friday's game will be a hot commodity, but every other game almost was on the Black Friday list. Stars versus Ducks. Stop with the young player reclamation project returns. They won't work. Linden Vey, Reichel, Berchi, Kratzov, Clendenning. When will the franchise learn? Get picks and prospects. Grinder, that's a very good memory and it's very sad. So frustrating to see Canucks players not passing tape to tape and see the other team do it most of the time. Is it coaching or skills? I don't think it's coaching. I think it's overall talent level. Honorable James Moore, vibe. We're on pace for 69 points. Not angry, just sad. We'll just try to enjoy each game on their own and ignore the big bad picture. Think ahead to the Olympics and look for a backup team to cheer. You know, because of this YouTube channel, because I spend money on season ticket holders, you guys know my take is I want the team to succeed for content creation, for quote return on investment. But I truly want the players on this team to succeed. Management, ownership, indifferent. You know, I don't want them not to win just to spite. No, I have nothing against. I have some good friends in the organization. I have some people who challenge me on a few things. I've talked about that before, but I want this team to succeed. The channel does better. People are in a better mood, and and you guys know my stance on bandwagon fans too. I have no problem with bandwagon fans when things are going well, because that's how you grow a fan base. Stars. Trade Sherwood for Kent Johnson. Oh, an NFL player talked about the elevation. Gotcha. Only the coach's kid can take 2-minute shifts. What happened to Stillman? Which one? As someone who has to commute hours to Vancouver to justify spending a bunch of money on tickets, hotel, gas, food, it's getting hard to do, especially when it most likely not good. Yep. Great point, Rain. The only non-UFA player values Garland, which may get a first rounder. That's true, because he has no movement protection right now. As bad of a situation that Yrvin and Rutherford inherited, they've taken away too many bets. All the best hits in 23-24, so Lindholm and Zordorov, and this year they're paying for it. Bet on Hito and Kane, lost Suter, and now about to lose Sherwood. All good points. I think the scouts of the team are getting a free pass. Some of the prospects they have scouted have been horrible. Most of them fire their entire scouting coaching staff. Okay, that's strong, but yeah. I'm also from a different part of the province, can't justify the cost. Yep. Ackley is scared to tank because he knows this isn't a sports town. We are a bandwagon town. He saw that we didn't go to the Grizzlies games when they sucked, then the team moved. With the Canucks draft lottery, we got back-to-back picks at number 5, despite being one of the worst teams, but we got PD at 5. It's about who you draft. That's true. They found Dak, Student, Sherwood, great bets, low risk, then give up on them or wouldn't re-sign. 23-24, I went to 8 games in 4 cities, 4 Canucks games, and that was cheaper than the 1 game I went to last season. Wow. Well, I'd like to hear more about that trip. That's cool. You guys get from the drafts of the next couple of years and make this team stay young so they can age together and be good together. All right. Oh, you get guys. Yes, yeah. Better Sidorov and Lindholm, which worked out, but they left. Was it reported recently that the Canucks coach is specifically directed to win as many games as possible down the stretch no matter playoff position? I heard that. Was that Cam Robinson on Sakaris and Price, Yrvin? That he had heard that, yes, the Canucks coaches are instructed, the opposite of tanking is to win as much as you can. I think it's because that feels, even if you don't make the playoffs, that feels merchandise sales, that feels season ticket purchases for next year. One thing I learned in Winnipeg was they won the Stanley Cup before the 1900s with the Victorias. Nice. Is Vancouver going to make a trade? Yes, but I don't think it's imminent. I don't think it's necessarily going to happen right away. And that's what I think people were anticipating. Remember Nolan Patrick? He was a bust, and taking it number 2, it's about who you draft and how you develop your prospects. And also no guaranteed we win the McKenna sweepstakes. He will be a franchise player. Yeah, there's other players too that some are saying that might even go before McKenna. Good point about Kent Johnson. Starts at the better overall roster. My ex-favorite Avs player, Ranson. He's good. Update on Demko. He did not travel to LA to practice with them. So we'll see if he's on the ice on Thursday and then maybe gets in at the tail end of the back-to-back or on Monday against Detroit or Thursday against Buffalo. I have a BS. Oh, not UBS. I have a Bachelor of Science in Aviation Management. Oh, that's cool. Ducks are more exciting than the Canucks. Who is all injured? There are 6. Garland, Hedel, Hoglander. Why am I missing one? Bluger. Garland, Hedel, Hoglander, Bluger, Forbert, Demko. They are the 6. One reason ticket prices are high is the salary cap being $95 million US. Yep. I don't care for strictly winning the lottery. I want them drafted in volume. Let's go Caps. Would you rather give up on the Canucks, give up bowling, piano, or Pepsi? Oh, wait. Oh, it's one or the other. Would you give up on the Canucks or give up on bowling, piano, and Pepsi? Wow. This is tough. I know you stacked it. I love bowling. I love playing the piano. I love my Pepsi. I think if I had to choose, because I'm not going to shy away, duck this question, I would give up on the Canucks because of the time, energy, and money I would save. I would still be able to drink Pepsi. I'd still be able to create music, piano, and do collabs and still get to bowl. Great question. What percentage would you give them to make the playoffs? Yeah, about 5%. Oh, the stillman that the Canucks got is an Abbey. Didn't watch the game tonight, but the fast few games passing was atrocious. Rebound control for Lanky needs a lot of work. Yeah, but the first one today, though, that was off a tip. So I'm not blaming him on that first one because it was tipped by Taves in front of the net. Got to have more rolls of the dice. Players that can develop together and come up hopefully at the same time. Need to stop spending money on the team and force accolade in his hand. He's driven by the money. As long as we're average and keep going to games, he's completely fine being meh. I was talking to a handy dart bus driver, and we were talking about a sports announcer who went through all the draft picks the Canucks burned since Linden's time with the Canucks. Crazy how many it is. Ew, that doesn't sound good. Do you think fan base overrates the pros value players? Remember how in past years we thought guys would be worth more? Not just here in Vancouver, Justin. I think every fan base does that because you're hopeful. It was him or Drance. Yeah, there we go. Every fan base does it. Let's hope they win for Filipino tonight. Too bad Hito isn't playing. Would be nice to hear his name repeated over and over during the game. Yeah. Philip Hito on Filipino night. Ryan Lynn is another best player if the Canucks can get him. Look at how the Devils fans think Hamilton is worth trading for Quinn Hughes. Yeah, they think that. I would rather go to away NHL games than pay for any Canucks games. Sad to say, but I cannot pretend this is a ceiling this team should have. I spent thousands of dollars on home games. I know you have. True, but in Canucks land, we never seem to get what we want. Just thinking all this talk about Sherwood and Garland getting a first, wouldn't be shocked if we didn't get that. That's fair. Hamilton has no trade. He doesn't want to leave. That's good to know. When you go to a hockey game in Vancouver, how do you like sitting in Rogers Arena? I like it. I like the fact they have a seat. The seats are new. I like trying different areas of the arena. Hamilton has never lived up to his height. Is that what you're talking about? Look at all the teams who gave up on him. Oh, Hamilton. Got to give some love. Dino with the dono. Thank you, Dino, for the dono. Dino and Mother Mena with the big $28 donation. I appreciate you. Let's give Dino and Mena some love in the chat. Yeah, Hamilton had a lot of potential. Clay is stumped. That was a tough question. Yeah, Tom Clayman, that was a great question. Panthers are last in the East, and Blackhawks have their first round pick and is unprotected. Imagine trading Knight and a chance at McKenna for Jones. Wow, that's a good trade. That's a good trade. Penguins are better than us, the Vancouver Canucks. Yes. Dino with the dono. Poor rebound control or not much Lanky can do when it's tipped to a wide open McKinnon and a wide open net and Joseph covering. Yes, I agree with that. Lankinen did good tonight and the players did the rest. Yeah, I thought Lankinen was fine. Yeah. Why did we give Lankinen no trade clause? Are we the only team that gave the backup goalie no trade? Imagine the return if we could trade it. That's a good point. Yeah, I was surprised to see that. I didn't know that Lankinen has a no move or no trade. Wow. That does seem a little bit excessive. Yeah. He's got a no movement this year, next year, and then a 15 trade, no team list for the last 3. Oh, what is your favorite section to sit in for Canucks games, considering all the places you've sat? If you had to stick with sitting in that section for life, the easy answer is Encore, because especially if I'm going for free because of all the great food. I eat like 40 pounds of sushi every night. But if it was, I really love sitting in either the clubs or the opposite side, but I love sitting about 15 rows up between the blue lines because that's the best vantage point. I've sat low. I've sat against the glass. It's hard to see. Uppers are fine, especially for a good view of the ice. Like I like my 319s better than my 316s, to be honest with you. I do like the corner more than the end, but I would take between the two blue lines about 15 rows up would be my favorite. The no trade clause has been so prevalent for a while now. It's because we're desperate to get players to stay in Vancouver, and I think it's a negotiating ploy, right, by the players and their agents. Hughes deserves better. What are the odds Vancouver sells at the deadline and starts rebuilding? A lot of people think that's what they should do. I don't know if that's what the ownership will do. Lankinen negotiated a no trade because he didn't want to risk having another good year and being traded to the Oilers. P.O. Joseph needs to go, even if we get a late round pick for him, either that or send him down to Abbotsford. Yeah, you have other options there. You have DPD, you have Kudryavtsev even. Canucks cannot do a true rebuild when they have more than a half dozen players with no move, no trade. Canucks contracts are like cars that are lemons because there are going to be something wrong. Laurent Brossoit has been officially activated for Altair and sent down to Rockford for conditioning. He'll likely never play in. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. All right, it's 11:50. I'm going to wrap up in the next 2 minutes. So remember, tell me what you're going to, so let's just have some fun. I used to do this and I got away from it. I should get back to it because it shows your creativity and just something different. For the last 2 minutes after I read this, Clay, hope we can still make the playoffs. My boss comes over next March and he already got tickets for the Flames game in Calgary. Wow. Very good. Basant Motors. Please stay. I know we don't have a practice facility, but if you sign, I'll give you a no trade. There we go. He knew. Trade Bluger. Yes, they will because he is, he'll help a playoff team for sure. Okay. Last 2 minutes of the show. Give me your answer. What are you going to do on Clay Free Day? CFD. What are you going to do tomorrow on Clay Free Day? No show in the morning, no show at night. The morning one is hit and miss. So what are you going to do with your hour of time? And I'm so grateful that you guys are here. What are you going to do tomorrow night at 11 p.m. for Clay Free Day for CFD? Let me know. I'll put a couple of answers in the chat and then we'll wrap up the stream. What are you doing tomorrow for CFD Clay Free Day? What do you got? Okay, that is a worthy substitute. John Legend tomorrow night. Love it. Watch an old stream and talk in the chat. Well, you're not going to get any response if you talk to people on an older stream. Hang out with Coconut and rock those rockets. Yeah, Grinder and Coconut. I want to know who you are. I've seen your names, but I don't know. Oh, you're not going to. Gotcha. Watching 2 podcasts, the Women podcast and New Heights, maybe rewatch Dancing with the Stars. Got it. John Legend concert, grad school, master's presentation completion. Wow. And a belated birthday and Christmas dinner all tomorrow. I'm packing for my trip. That's a lot. You do more in one night than I do in a week. Going to John Legend with your wife. Awesome. Legendary Swervin Yrvin going to see John Legend. Yeah. No, they practice at Rogers. They practice at UBC, University, Nick. And they practice at an old beaten down arena in Burnaby. It's so crazy. Chilling and watch hockey and have a dance party. Nice. Might see a big band here in Ottawa. Sweet. And yes, Irvin, you can explain to Nick the issue while I wrap up the show. Okay, friends. Thank you, moderators. Thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Swervin Yrvin, legendary Jay, and legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support. And thanks to my Hall of Fame franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, you can subscribe, like the video, and leave a donation if you want. Thanks to my sponsors, Vancouver Experts Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, and Mulligan Golf Company. And thanks to everyone who went above and beyond. Swervin Yrvin, legendary Swervin Yrvin with a donation. Russell with the membership gift. And Dino and Mena with the massive dono. Thank you to all of you. And you add it all up. I'm guessing Dino has 1075. Oh, 1125. The points must have gone up. So Dino has 1,125 points. Fangirl is 400. Swervin Yrvin has 250. And then Justin and Taylor with 150 round out the top 5. Oh, the rink in Burnaby is newer than UBC? Didn't know that. Well, everyone have fun we didn't get to see Sean, but I will get him on the stream sometime soon, I promise. I hope you guys have a lot of fun at the John Legend concert. Anyone else enjoying Clay Free Day? Have fun doing what you're doing. I am not streaming tomorrow morning, hence Clay Free Day. I'm not streaming tomorrow night, hence Clay Free Day. I will see you Thursday night as we preview the Canucks versus Utah. Okay, friends, you're awesome. I'm awesome. We are all awesome. Canucks, not so awesome. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. So a weasel walked into a bar. Yes, a weasel walked in the bar, and the bartender says, "Wow, I've never seen a weasel before. What can I get you to drink?" Pop, goes the weasel. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.